Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. So Mikaela Mayer becomes the WBC interim world lightweight champ. Well, interim. I mean, I'm so sick to death of all this crap. You know, interim and regular and all this trash. What an absolute load of bollocks. Anyway, let's talk about the fight because it was quite interesting. Even though it was one-sided, Mikaela moves to 18 wins with 5 KOs, 1 defeat, which was to LUCY Baumgardner. And she took on LUCY WILDHEART, who was a very late replacement, 24-hour replacement. Mikaela was going to take on Christina Lindatu, but there was some, I don't even know why Lindatu pulled out, but WILDHEART steps in, undefeated, 10 wins, and yeah, 5 KOs, I think it was. And she's Swedish, but I think she's based in Britain. And this girl is no bigger than a featherweight. I mean, as soon as the fight started, the difference in size was absolutely striking. WILDHEART's listed as 5'5" and a bit, I think, and Mikaela Mayer looked like she was, 5'9", 5'10", something like that. And Mikaela Mayer, I've always rated her highly because I like her style a lot. She's sort of a stand-up, lots of straight punches, moves her feet well, but doesn't bounce around. I hate all that bouncing around that some fighters do, wasted energy and all that posing and slick nonsense. I just don't like it. I think it's posturing, and very often these flash and dash fighters don't have any substance behind them. So I much prefer, the not flat-footed, but she controls the range well by planting her feet, and that enables her to get power in her punches, even though she's only got the 5 KOs. But as we know, 2-minute rounds, it's not enough time to get your work done. I hate 2-minute rounds in women's fighting. I don't like the fact that it's 10 rounds for a world title fight. It should be 12 threes. That's always been my opinion, and it probably always will be. But against LUCY WILDHEART, she absolutely dwarfed her. She came out quite aggressive. She's an orthodox fighter, Mikaela, and LUCY is she's listed as being orthodox, but I think did she fight some of this fight southpaw? I'm trying to remember now. I'm sure I saw some southpaw work going on at some point, but she tends to sound a bit square on, LUCY, and she was getting caught, but she was absolutely at no point did she lose any heart at all. The much smaller girl find it so difficult to get close to Mayer. Mayer was spearing her with the jab, firing. Mikaela likes the jab right cross. That's seems to be her pet combination, and she was firing it from the word go very, very liberally, and LUCY was catching a few punches but was firing back and was not backing off. She wasn't running at all. She was trying to sort of look for the opportunities, trying to feint her way in. It wasn't really happening. Clearly the better schooled fighter is Mikaela Mayer, but LUCY WILDHEART showed some skills as well, and she just wasn't winning the rounds. It was the difference. If you can sum up the reason why Mikaela won this fight, apart from, even though I would give her the edge in skill, certainly, but predominantly it was the fact that she was so much bigger and so much physically stronger. And LUCY just couldn't do anything with her. Even when she got close, she was landing her own punches, trying to work the ball overhand, right and left, and trying to just cuff her punches off. And she did catch Mikaela with a few good punches early on. But Mikaela, it's almost like you get lulled into a false sense of security because you think, well, there's no power on the girl, so I can just walk forward. Well, okay, Mikaela was winning the rounds, but she did pick up a slight nick. I think it was over the right eye. And if you look at Mikaela Mayer, she's got quite a pronounced bridge of her nose. That was no, it wasn't a cut, but it was quite a graze, if you like. There was some very, very minor injury, and she was being forced to earn the fight, to earn those rounds. And poor LUCY was getting, towards the end of the fight, was getting busted up. The nose was bleeding from the mouth. But she was going nowhere. I mean, she showed a ton of heart. And it's one of those occasions where in defeat, she showed probably more than she's shown in all her previous fights, because she's fought absolutely no one. We know that Mikaela's fought Baumgardner and certain others. She's actually got a pretty good record. Quality of her opposition's very good. She's beaten Jessica Hahn and Hamadouche and a few others that are, well known. And LUCY WILDHEART, I mean, she probably learnt more in this 10-round defeat than she did in all of her previous fights. She is 30, the Swedish girl. Mikaela's 32. But so you'd say Lucy was, you know, in her prime. But if she moves down to featherweight or even super featherweight, she can pick up a belt or two. Baumgartner's probably going to throw the belts up in the air at some point, and she can pick one up. But I just don't see her campaigning at lightweight. She just isn't big enough. She's not tall enough. She hasn't got the dimensions. She hasn't got the physical strength. But fair play to her. 24 hours notice, she came in and she gave Mikaela Mayer a good workout, a very, very good workout. The judges, I think, had it. One gave them one round, perhaps two, or maybe 2 rounds to Lucy. But Mikaela won very, very wide, and I think rightly so. But didn't quite tell the whole story, because at the end of the fight, Mikaela was she wasn't huffing and puffing, and you know, sometimes when you get that last minute replacement, it is difficult to kind of adjust your tactics. You have to do it on the fly. So I'm not going to be too hard on her at all. But of course, if you're talking lightweights, queen of the tree is Katie Taylor, of course, who's moving up to fight Chantel Cameron. Regardless of what the result of that fight is, she will still be the undisputed lightweight champ. Would I give Mikaela a chance against Katie? Yeah, I would. But she's going to have to perform better than this, and I would expect her to. As for Lucy, go back down in weight. Because, you know, being competitive is one thing, but winning fights, you want to win those fights. There's no quitting the girl, though. She's got some skills too, Lucy Wildheart. She's done all right. She's doing all right. But go down in weight. So onwards and upwards for Mikaela Mayer. I would imagine that she'll have to have another few. I would certainly think another couple of fights at lightweight would be beneficial, just to settle into the weight. She's a very tall girl. God knows how she made super feather. I mean, she's huge for the weight. And lightweight, there ain't an ounce of fat on her at lightweight either. So another couple of fights just to settle into the weight, and then maybe make a run for Katie further down the line. May not be this year, maybe spring next year. I don't know. What did you think of the fight? Did you see it? Comments below as usual. I like reading them. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Subscribe if you're new. That would be a great thing. We hit 1,500 subscribers today, so I'm really happy about that. Want to build the channel up. And of course, if you like the video, hit the like button too. Thanks for your time as always. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.